Well, hey guys. This is obvious. This has been going on throughout the NBA. I just woke up. I didn't go to bed till like around 5 at night, 5 a.m. in the morning. Then I didn't wake up till just 10 minutes ago, and it's like 1:30. So I slept from 5 in the morning all the way to about 1:15, around phone 15. And then about 1:10. It's 1:20 now. It's 1:20 now. It's 10 minutes ago, so it's around 1:10 when I woke up. Anyways, I just want to say about the Kevin Durant going to Golden State. And I've watched numerous videos about people retaliating. I watched this one guy. He used to be a big Kevin Durant fan. I'm not dissing on him. If you guys know him, I'm not saying anything bad about him. This guy named Christopher London, I like his videos. I'm subscribed to him. He's pretty cool. I like watching his videos and him shooting with Cash Nasty on YouTube and everything. I think it's pretty funny. Obviously, you know, Cash Nasty, a big LeBron fan. He had a big message for Kevin Durant about him going to Golden State. But Christopher London, KSK, I didn't think he'd go this far. I mean, I don't know who he's more of a fan of, the team or the player. It looks like he's more a fan of the team than the player. But obviously, he was his favorite player, but still slightly like the Thunder more. Because he didn't just burn his jersey or just throw it away or whatever. He took a shit on it. And he showed it too. I'm like, I didn't want to see it actually happen. I kind of just started skimming through the video, just seeing if he really did show it. And he did. And I'm like, okay, that just burnt half my memory out of my head. Because I don't think I would go that far in burning, on going that far on hating a player, on taking a shit on the jersey and stuff that I bought my own hard-earned cash on. Yeah, I'm about to start NBA right now. About to start the playoffs. About damn time. Took a long time. Took long enough. I mean, for me, I'm lucky I don't have to ever worry about, my player leaving the team or whatever, because I'm more of I can't really follow a team other than following a player for some reason. I am, as you all know, a LeBron fan. So when he left Cleveland, I wasn't watching basketball then, but when I started watching basketball the first year when he was in Miami. So around 2010 is when I started watching basketball on a consistent basis. And I remember all the hate he had to go through. I remember all the rough years he went with Cleveland. I kind of thought, I like for him to win it this year. His first year in Miami. He went to the finals, lost to Dallas. But the next year, you know the rest is history. They won 2 straight, but then lost to San Antonio. I was kind of sort of glad that he did leave Cleveland at first, because they didn't have anybody. He went to a great Miami team. They won 2 rings out of the 4 years they made it to the finals. All 4 years they went to the finals, but they only won 2 of the 4. Then he went back to Cleveland. Now I was really mad at this, because everyone's thinking, you're leaving a great Miami team, now you're going to a crap Cleveland team. Now we all know it's your home team. We get that. That's very understandable. But there's just nothing there for you. You're leaving a great Miami team that right now is ready to still win the finals. So he did. He took the risk and probably got a little less hate, because he went to a Cleveland team that was shit when he arrived. But then they got Kevin Love to join with LeBron and Kyrie. Then they got some role players to join the team. And then at the end of the regular season that same year, they got players like Mozgov, J.R. Smith, Iman Shumpert. And they had still great original Cleveland players like Kyrie Irving still, Dellavedova, Dion Waiters. Of course, pretty much all those players almost I just announced just now, half of them are already gone. Mozgov already went to the Lakers. I think they've already have guaranteed lost Daly to the Bucks. They couldn't match the deal, so I'm guessing he's in Milwaukee right now. So he's gone. So Mozgov's gone, Daly's gone, and what else? This was only the 2 role players that they don't have anymore. Oh yeah, Deion Waiters in Oklahoma, and you know how chaotic it is in OKC. What I'm trying to say is that overall about the Kevin Durant going to Golden State, I agree it is a bandwagon move. I can understand why he would want to go. Well, obviously everyone does. It's a stacked team. You're going to a team that already has talent. I can't hate the guy. Like, he's a likable guy. Like, this is definitely going to tarnish his career and all that he's done for Oklahoma. It's going to really do that bad. And he knew that. He knew that he was taking on the risk of this happening. This very little thing happening about everyone hating him, of going to a team that just beat him, senseless, 3 straight games in a row when they were up 3-1. And now everyone's making a joke about, you know, it's obvious Golden State does want Kevin Durant on their team. Ow. Get the bump on the back of my head. You want to know what they have in common? They both know how to blow a 3-1 lead. Kevin Durant blew a 3-1 lead against Golden State in the Western Conference Finals, and then Golden State themselves blew a 3-1 lead against Cleveland and let them win. So, kind of ironic, but it's not coincidental, it's obvious. So, but obviously if they joined, they wouldn't blow a 3-1 lead. But a lot of teams really want Golden State to lose, and you know me, I've always wanted Golden State to lose. From the first day that they were considered the best team in the NBA, and Curry got that almost, even 2 years ago, his first MVP, he almost got unanimous even that year almost. Westbrook didn't really get any votes for all that he did. James Harden got some because he had a great, spectacular year, but the majority of the votes definitely went to Curry, and everyone knew 95% sure it's going to be Curry. About 5% will give to James Harden. Of course, this year it was 100% Curry, and what's the point? They lost. All that they've done, record breaking and everything. Try to make this short. I'm gonna start playing NBA right now before my dad gets back. So, Kevin Durant, I'm mad, kind of pissed off at you, but I'll never hate you. And if I had an OKC jersey, I'd still wear it. I'd still keep it, because he's probably gonna be always known as the Oklahoma Thunder. Fans not may not want to remember that, but I would. If I was a Kevin Durant fan, like die hard, and I bought all his jerseys and everything, I still keep the Thunder jerseys and show that I'm still a true fan of his. I won't stop cheering for him. I didn't stop cheering for LeBron when he left Miami to go back to Cleveland. I'm a die-hard fan and always will be of LeBron. And if this player, I'm sure there's fans of Kevin Durant that still cheer for him, and still are Thunder fans too. They'll still wear his Thunder jersey, but also now they're going to buy their Golden State jersey of his too. Damn headset disconnected. So yeah, it's getting a little long. It's 1:30. It's been 10-minute vlog almost, probably a little more. Well, 8 minutes. So Kevin Durant, it's alright. As long as LeBron's still playing, the big three's still there. Even though they did lose their big man and Delly hurt. They can always get a big man to replace Moskov, even though Moskov was a big man perfectly for Cleveland, but now they have to get one, or else they're going to be a very small team for an entire season. They're not like Miami, where they were a great defensive team, where they lacked a big man, yet besides that, they were a great defensive team. They just were. They weren't really a big team, but they were just great defensively. So there's always that kryptonite saying, you know, they're not a big man. Throw someone like Indiana's Roy Hibbert. Yeah, I worked for a while, but overall, the great team in Miami's defense and offense, the veterans like LeBron and Dwayne DeBosch, was just too much for Paul George, Lane Stevenson, and David West. Or Paul George, David West, and Roy Hibbert. Because LeBron's LeBron, that's all I could say. So they can always defy odds. But Cleveland, on the other hand, they did have a big man, which helped defensively, because they're not the best defensive team consistently. They're just not. Now, especially during the playoffs, they could show great defensive stance time and time again. They could definitely show they have great defense at times. But then they show the lack of defense. So now they don't have a big man. Now that's going to hurt their defense, because they don't have that great defensive all-around players to back it up. They can just get better, I'm not saying they can't, but Miami was already set as a great defensive team without a big man, without a 7-foot center. Bosh was their center. He was 6'11" at 235. He was smaller than LeBron physically. Then you had like Udonis. You had UD Haslam at the 4, 6'8", 240. Like LeBron's 6'8", 250. He's already physically bigger than the 4 and 5 on Miami. But just besides that, they were great defenders. Dwayne and then Chalmers, great defenders. Then they had players come off the bench like Chris Anderson and Shane Battier, great all-time defenders throughout their career that they're known for, helped out their team. Cleveland, they had that with Mozgov, and it made everyone else play better. That hurts, but it really hurts not having Deli, man. I don't know. They're gonna have to find a replacement, but I do trust in Cleveland. I do trust in LeBron and his team making adjustments and being a threat to repeat, like Golden State was, but more. Well, I don't know if you can go more. Like Golden State kind of had a lot of record-setting year overall. They're up 3-1. They only need one more win, so I guess be up 3-0 next year in the finals against whoever you play, and be a threat to sweep that team in the finals. I guess Cleveland. Anyways, go Cavs and Warriors. Thumbs down. Bandwagon stacked team. They don't have a big man. Bogut gone. No, they're not. Now they're gonna like defensive. They're gonna be to be of a defensive team. Lost Harrison Barnes, pretty good defensive player. They've already lost a prime defender, Andrew Bogut. Harden's a pretty decent wingman defender. Lost him. He was a pretty decent shooter, just to spread the court. Lost those two guys. Lost a shot blocker and a guy who could spread the court with a 3, and plus he's a great wing defender. Defender. Anyways, now there's just an offensive team right now. I mean, that's great and all, but defense wins championships. That's what won Golden State the finals 2 years ago. But didn't win this year because they didn't have Andrew Bogut. But my point being, also about that, it's about time to get an injury because Cleveland had to deal with 2 players out 2 years ago. So don't start saying effing Cleveland had it easy. They didn't have Andrew Bogut. Well, you know what? Cleveland the other year, when they faced in the first year, didn't have Kevin Love and they didn't have Kyrie Irving. I think that kind of greatly outweighs one Andrew Bogut. He's not even a superstar. He's a really good player, but he's not even a star. But he's a vital piece to their defense. Kyrie Irving and Kevin Love are superstars. They're literally 2 gigantic pieces to the team, like LeBron. LeBron's obviously the biggest, but you got the 2 other pieces. And then you got the little pieces of the role players that fits in perfectly for a championship. But, just saying, Cleveland had hard last year, and that's why they lost. Even though when they all both went down, they still led 2-1. Cleveland did, without Kyrie and Love. Of course, that year LeBron was, averaging a triple-double almost every single game. 40-something points, 13 rebounds a game, and 8, 9, 10 assists. It's crazy. Of course, this past year, he was somewhat like that in the finals. He had 2 40-point games. He looked a little slower, but strength-wise, that'll always be there. So, he's got a great 3 or 4 years still left in him. He can still get 6 rings. All of you LeBron haters can suck it. But all those LeBron lovers, that's center on. But all those LeBron fans and everything, let's believe in him getting somewhat near that. Maybe not. It may not happen, but never stop believing. Never know. No one knew what was gonna know. They were gonna come back from 3-1 against Golden State. They had a record-setting year. Now we can believe anything about Cleveland and LeBron. He might get 6 rings. Might get 5. Might get just 1 more. They might repeat, and then he may just flat out retire. Because he's been through a lot physically in his career. A lot mentally because of the haters. Alright, 15-minute vlog almost. So, bring on Golden State. This is my final message. Bring on Golden State, KD, the big 4, I guess. Is it? Or is it the big 3? KD, Curry, and Clay. Yeah, I guess it's the big 3. Or is it the big 4? Because I keep yawning because I just woke up. I guess Draymond. He's not superstar. Clay and Thompson are. They made the All-Star. Obviously KD has. So, I guess the big 3 is KD, Steph, and Thompson. Bring it on, Golden State. Bring it on. San Antonio's going to be waiting. You got other teams in Cleveland. You got to be ready because Indiana, they're trying to stack up a little bit too. They got Al Jefferson on their at their center at their 5. They got Jeff Teague. So you need to sweat a little bit and think this is fantasizing the idea. So this may never happen, so this may not even be of any meaning in the future. Let's look to trade for Dwayne Wade. Why not? Sign Chris Anderson back? Could try to get Chris Anderson. Mike Miller maybe. Got some of these role players that they lost that may not be vital to their team. I don't think Mike Miller's anyone, so Mike Miller could go back. And I love Mike Miller because he's a great 3-point shooter. Remember that year that they beat San Antonio with Mike Miller? His threes were raining left and right. That was big. And get Deion Waiters back. They got to get some role players back. They're starting to lose. And Mozgov and Delly were bad. Those were bad losses. But if they could be the only two that they can lose, but Delly hurt because I loved Delly. Delly was awesome. He was awesome. That pissed me off big time. Mozgov pissed me off, but not near as bad as Delly. So I know Mozgov can always be replaced. Not saying anything bad about him. He's a great center for Cleveland, but there's always a big man out there. Delly, there's only one kind of Delly. Like, did he just start for Cleveland 2 years ago and guard the hell out of Curry? Anyways, try to get Deion Waiters back. Mike Miller. So there's 2 right there. Deion Waiters, Mike Miller. And I just said his name earlier. This is Dumb Army! I'm just ending this. Like and subscribe. Drop a like if you liked it about my KD and me stalling for effing 10 minutes. And as always, stay cool. That's all I can say about that.